You hear terms like FMO and IMO tossed around a lot in the insurance industry, but there's so many in the industry that don't even know what those terms really mean, what it has to do with you, and how it can actually help your business. This video is sponsored by Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketing leads, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads. They just got something for everybody in that department. They also do a great job with virtual staffing. So if you've had a hard time hiring somebody for your business, maybe you feel like you really can't swallow the investment, you really can't afford the cost, the initial cost, right, on a month-to-month basis of hiring a full-time or part-time employee. Lead Heroes has a system where they can actually have you pay by the hour for one of their staff members that have already gone through the vetting process. They've already gone through the training process, and they can essentially help you by having this person be your virtual assistant on a full-time basis. They just got something for everybody, guys, and they really got you covered in a multitude of different ways. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on the website. So the link to the website can be found down in the description, as well as a coupon code. So go ahead and check them out. All right, guys, let's talk about FMOs and IMOs, okay? So what is an FMO? Well, an FMO stands for Field Marketing Organization. Well, big whoop, Christian. What does that mean to me? What does that matter to me? Why do I care? I'll explain. In the insurance industry, it is very much like a multi-level marketing structure. And what I mean by this, in multi-level marketing, you have essentially hierarchies of people that kind of make up these chains and these ladders, if you will. The reason why so many people refer to the multi-level marketing industry as a pyramid scheme, is because there's usually a couple of people that are at the top, and then as it goes down, there's layers of people that make up these downlines and these hierarchies. Insurance is very much the same way. And so essentially, there's kind of two different ways that a person can contract when it comes to getting involved, particularly in the Medicare space. So that's what we're going to really focus on today. They can either go direct to the carrier, or they can contract with an FMO or an IMO. Now, most insurance companies these days will not allow you to contract direct with them unless you are an FMO yourself, unless you're the type of organization that has that size, that production, that agent count to really kind of meet those goals and those criterias. What you're really looking at with an FMO is essentially they're a large recruiting organization. That's what they are. They're a large organization, and there are FMOs out there that are not so large. There's FMOs out there that have 10,000 agents, 50,000 agents, 80,000 agents. There's others that have 500 agents. FMOs come in all different shapes and sizes, but essentially the business model is they're an organization that is either at the top of the hierarchy, and they are the ones that are direct to the insurance companies, or they might be under another larger FMO if they're not big enough yet to go direct to an insurance company. So I would say with us, I would consider those kind of organizations baby FMOs. That's what I would consider my organization and my company at CBI. We are essentially what's known as a baby FMO because we recruit agents, we bring agents into our business, we work with them, we try to help them be successful, and in exchange we make a little bit of override when they make sales. That's how the FMO actually makes their money. But essentially there's different levels to this, and we're not big enough ourselves yet to be direct to the carrier, so we are under another FMO that many of you know about from most of our contracts. There's a couple contracts that might be local ones here in Utah that we have direct to the carrier, but essentially for the most part we are under other FMOs and IMOs for all of our contracts. Particularly, we're under one for almost all of them. And so essentially, an FMO or an IMO is going to be an organization that you can go through to get contracted for the various different insurance companies you want to represent an insurance agent. Why this matters and why this actually matters to you is because it has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. There's tons of insurance agents and agencies out there that are contracted with an FMO or an IMO, and they just don't really get any benefit out of working with them. They might not even know who they are. They've never had a conversation with them. Maybe they had one conversation where they got contracted. There is no relationship. There is no support that's being given on a consistent basis. but they might be very solid producers, and the FMO is getting all of the benefit on that side of things. The agent isn't getting any benefit from working with that FMO. Now, you have a choice in this business on which FMO and IMO that you choose to work with. This is vitally important because you have the ability to essentially, if you're not happy with one organization, you can leave and go over to another. Now, if they're willing to release you, now the term release means that they actually hold control of your contracts, and if you want to take it from one organization and move it to another, they can actually determine whether they say yay or nay, yes or no. Now, just because they say no doesn't mean you're stuck with them forever in most situations. Normally, you're able to move and self-release yourself, but depending on the insurance company, depending on the type of product it actually is, usually you have to go through anywhere between a 3 to a 6 month waiting process while you're waiting to move to self-release. And all that time that you're with them, they're benefiting by you being with them if you're writing business. And the new place you're trying to go isn't benefiting at all. A lot of times, the old FMO or IMO isn't going to help support you or help you at all. But they probably weren't in the first place if you're moving. But they're not going to help you or support you at all during your move process. So essentially, they're just benefiting and getting overrides in your production without really having to do much over those 3 to 6 months. Now, if they do agree to release you, you move practically right away. If they agree to essentially cooperate and release you, you're usually going to move anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks. That's usually the time process for background checks to take place, new contracts to be filled out, et cetera, et cetera. Now, an FMO or an IMO is an organization that's going to be providing you a couple of different things in your business. Number one, they're going to be providing you training on different things, of webinars, right? Teaching you how to do different types of marketing. That's what they're there to do, to teach you how to be a better entrepreneur, to teach you how to be a better insurance agent. And so you should be getting training on a regular basis from your FMO and your IMO. For us, we do weekly training sessions for all of our agents every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, depending on what your time zone is. And essentially what you're looking at with us is, that's an every single week thing, but we also have with our university that's known as Six Figure Medicare University. A link to that can be found down in the description of this video. Six Figure Medicare University is usually $50 a month on a recurring subscription fee. There's over 200 training videos in there, and we add these live webinars in there so you can watch them on replay every single week, and we're also adding new videos on a consistent basis. But all of our agents get free access to Six Figure Medicare University, so I call it Christian on Demand, or Christian Brindle Insurance Services on Demand, training on demand. You can access it whenever you want at your convenience, and that's the kind of resources that a good organization would provide for you, and we really try to do everything we can to help provide that for you. If you're a very quality producer, if you're really putting in work, you're putting points on the board, you're bringing value to the FMO IMO. It's not uncommon for a good FMO IMO to actually offer you co-op money that they've negotiated with different carriers and different insurance companies, to where they help push some marketing funds towards you. And this is going to differ depending on which organization you're looking at, but that's a common thing. That's something you should be willing to expect if you are producing at a very substantial or decent even margin. They should also provide you maybe with some kind of lead incentive program. Now, not all FMOs or IMOs are going to do that. My organization has a lead program. If you guys would like to see what our lead program is, we made an entire video about it. Let us know in the comment section if you'd like to see that, and I'll link it down in the video, in the comments of this video. But we have a lead program that essentially rewards production. We reward agents in our organization for producing. So every time that they write an app, they get a certain amount of money that goes towards marketing credits. Once they reach a certain criteria in those marketing credits, we actually pay it out to them in the form of whatever kind of leads or marketing that they want to do, and we'll help pay that for them. It could be direct mail, it could be telemarketing leads, it could be Facebook leads, it could be running ads themselves, whatever it might be, but that's typically the criteria that we're going to go off of. An FMO and IMO does not take money out of your pocket, or at least they shouldn't. Any good, credible FMO or IMO, you're going to get paid directly from the insurance company. You're going to be independent. You're going to not be captive to them unless you sign on to be a captive agent, which is a different situation. But essentially, you're going to still control your destiny. You're going to be self-employed. You're going to get paid directly from the insurance companies, and they don't take any of your commissions or control anything that has to do with your commissions. A good FMO or IMO is going to make their override, which is paid in addition to what you make from the carrier to them, but it doesn't come out of your commission. This is key. Now, there's plenty of organizations out there that will tell you that you're independent, but you will really be contracted as what's known as a licensed only agent or an LOA agent or a captive agent, to where your commissions go to them. They might take 20% off the top and then pay it to you directly. That's fishy. That's fishy business. Now, if you're signing on to be an LOA or a captive agent, that's perfectly fine. Usually you're going to get a salary, free leads, just all kinds of different incentives to do that, but they control your business. They own your business. And if they ever decide that they don't want to pay you anymore, well, it's full within their rights to do so. There's nothing that you can do about it. But essentially, an FMO or an IMO is a top of hierarchy marketing organization that contracts agents in bulk, trains agents, provides resources to agents, and usually that's going to be the best situation for you to contract under, because if you just contract directly with the insurance company, you don't get any of that extra support, that extra layer of support. You still get all the support that the insurance company provides if you go with an FMO or an IMO. So I always tell people that unless you qualify to be direct to the company yourself and be an FMO or an IMO, you're that size of an organization, you should always contract with an FMO or IMO, but make sure you pick a good one. And we have videos in the past on things you should look for in an FMO or an IMO. If you guys would like an updated video on that, please let us know in the comment section. And that's essentially what you need to know about FMOs and IMOs as Medicare agents, life insurance agents, and everything else in between. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you like to see this kind of content, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. It helps me know that you're resonating with this kind of video and you want to see more like it. Also, drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Are you with a good FMO, IMO? Who are you with? Who do you like? Have you been burned by one before? We'd love to talk about it and kind of hear about your experiences. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified when we upload. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks, guys.